good Paul. You sexy man. What are you doing here? Yes, you are the first one. React to the new Jid and Eminem song. That's copyrighted, brother. We are on YouTube. We are not on Kick. Can't get away with that. You're a chick? Now I'm shy. Wait, how old are you? I'm shy to speak to you right now. There's no way you're a chick. Roger that. 50. Okay, you're fine. You're not a minor. I can joke with you. Respectfully, obviously. Sup, Chico? Alright, the biggest alpha male podcast is finally here. I had to sit through an hour 30 minutes watching it. And I finally cut it down to 14 minutes. And I'm about to show you something. Good luck at offending me. No, I'm just saying out of respect for your partner or, you know, boyfriend or whatever. That's why I'm not gonna make any jokes. Because some of my jokes can be, you know. Anyways, no need to talk about that. I'm just waiting for this to be checked completely for monetization, and then I am going to post it. I haven't rested my eyes as well, so that will do. Come on, come on, come on. Let's give it a minute for everyone to join. And then we're gonna start. Well, how's everyone's weekend so far? Exciting things? How's the 4th of July? How is the 4th of July so far? I believe you guys are starting your 4th of July. You guys are starting your day. I just finished it. It's like 1 a.m. almost. Come on, give me the light. I mean, yeah, the ones who are in the US, so... It's only 4:36 East Coast. Yeah. Alright, we are good to go and publish. What I'm about to show you is something very attractive.
Auli, nice.
Well, I'll give you a teaser. I'll give you a teaser.
Yeah, but you're not speaking to somebody that will just let you speak this way, you know.
What are you gonna do about it? I'm not gonna let you speak to me the way you want to speak to me.
Ali, if you have a personal problem with me, forget religion. Put religion aside.
You know what? This shit, bro. What are you talking about?
Ali.
The moment we have all been waiting for is finally here. The most popular podcast of the 21st century. King Azule versus... This is part 3. This is the official podcast. But I don't want to spoil it for you. I'll just spoil one thing. Look how sexy I look smoking that cigar. I felt left out, so I got myself a cigar. I stole it from my housemate. Not the point. Do you feel the alpha energy? Where's the next part?
Okay.
I just recently got divorced.
Tell me, like, if you feel the alpha energy talking to you or no. If you feel too intimidated, just let me know. I'll pause the video. I'll close it. This explains a lot why Ali is doing what he's doing. You know, making people cringe on the internet. He's going through a divorce. That explains all of it. You like how much alpha energy I'm... Yeah, you can watch the rest by yourself. I know. Do you share your shisha with Megatron? No, they all get kicked out when I'm smoking. They're not in the room. I close the door. I turn on my air purifier, and that is about it. The door is closed because I was smoking, and now I'm done. Let me let them in. Meow. Meow. Free the cats. Anyways, apparently there's a huge drama going on with Twitch. That's what I wanted to go over with everyone over here. Hassan pulled out a gun, threatening the hater, the person in the chat who's talking shit. And he's not banned. What's up, gaming? Where's TC? Happy 4th of July. So yeah, okay, let me run down what is exactly going to happen today's live stream. We are going to talk about the Twitch drama, then we're gonna scout for drama, and then we're gonna look for a scary game to play for an hour. Nice quality scary game, no low pixels. Maybe like $5-10. We'll pay for it, we'll buy it, and then we'll finish it. Hopefully no screams because it's 1-2 a.m. Don't wanna make my neighbors think like I'm having a badass high tense chakalaka boom boom. Actually, I want to watch a video about it. I think Asmon is covering this whole thing. I think it's on Twitter, wait. So let me get this straight. Hassan Piker displayed a gun live on Twitch with the intent to threaten a creator who he tried to dox, who he also mistakenly confused as one of his haters, but has not received punishment from Twitch. Incredible stuff, Twitch. There's another picture of him. Legal Mindset said, just to be clear, if Twitch fails to act on this strongly, they open the door to a host of issues, legal and non-legal. This is not the first time we've seen Hassan getting away with a lot of shit. There's a lot of creators, like the top people, top viewers, top subscribers. Some get banned for no reason. Some are added to the favorite bookmark on Twitch. Yeah, Jacob. Hi, Ventiso. And Twitch, with being as sensitive as they are, and also for it being very illegal, not even against the community guidelines, that you're, pulling out a gun and threatening people. If you do it in a non-direct way, maybe it's in self-defense. Someone pulls a gun on you and then you will like, you pull out your fucking RPG or something. Maybe fine, but pulling out a weapon and threatening someone where no one even pulled a weapon on you, that's crazy. And the person who he threatened as well wasn't even wasn't even the hater. But I want to find out why he was hating. I might make a video about this. What's the context? Hassan pulled a gun, threatened someone, a hater, and Twitch is not doing anything about it. Yeah, it's this clip over here.
It's time to crusade Iran and Gaza. Mamdani communists. Let's go to war against the left.
Look, why can't you just cut the video to where it
left
starts?
behind by our politics. In our sincerity and actually delivering for the very working people who've been left behind by our politics, compared with what President Trump.
You can
has
see it
been
right through the
able to do.
chat.
You know, over the same period of time that I've been running, has been. I would tell him, if the last person who couldn't get my name right, we defeated them, and that's what it's going to look like again.
He looks drunk, kinda. I think this is something you do when you're tipsy and you're full of rage, but you're covering up with your facial expressions.
Okay, fair enough. As you may.
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I will show you 3 ways you can use your smartphone.
Wait, this is the guy?
First thing we want to do is download the YouTube VPN app, which we can do through the first link in the description.
Hold on, we have 49 seconds. Apex Crypto. Apex Crypto is a guy who messaged him saying it's time to crusade Iran and Gaza. Okay, he's talking shit about Gaza and Iran. Let's go to war against the left. Hassan Piker getting beat up soon. So this was a threat towards him, but him pulling out a weapon. Mamdani is such an idiot. We will fight the left before they elect a communist. Hang Madani for treason. Hang Hassan for treason. Isn't that every comment section of, you know, political streamers or YouTubers? Isn't that what they get on daily basis? I'm telling you, he's on something. Has to be on something
Today,
that
I will
he's
show
like,
you 3 ways
acting
you can
this
use
way.
download the YouTube, which we can do through the first link in the description.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? Write a petition? Let's do a crusade, he says. Let's do a fucking crusade, he says. Let's hang Hassan and Mamdani for treason, he says.
To be fair, there's nothing impressive about this. Holding a Glock, sorry. There's nothing impressive holding a Glock in your hand. When you're that rich and you're in the US, I don't know. I believe other guns are legal to have in your home as well. It's not just, you know, limited to Glock. If I had his money, first of all, I wouldn't show any of my collection. Maybe we'll do a gun review, but holy shit, it's my childhood Call of Duty dream to have a whole collection. I'd spend around more money on the guns than I'll spend on cars. Shit that I will never use, but it's just cool to have. Obviously very empty as well, but unready in case we have an intruder. Like I'll probably I don't know what I'll have, honestly. Probably, you know, M16, suppressor, gadgets, and all of that. AK-47 goes. But obviously the badass AK-47s. MP5 is that's badass. That's pretty cool. But I'm thinking one of those Terminator guns, the machine guns, like 2,000 bullets in a minute. Something like that, or was it 10,000 bullets? Like I'll press a button, it just comes down, and it's like motion sensor, and it's filled with AI, where it will scan your face. Intruder, intruder. Right? You'll buy a nuke if you had all this money. Sniper is cool. I'll probably take the sniper for some shots. I know some streamers, when they display a gun on stream, it has to have a red tip to show it's fake. I mean, look, so for a platform like Twitch, I'm very surprised they haven't done anything about it. But you want to know my illegal weapon right now? He is my illegal weapon. If an intruder comes out, I'll just say the word food. And he's gonna jump and eat the intruder's face. Right? Right? Would you?
He said, The fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's not sober, honestly. I mean, look, if I'm sitting in front of the screen to stream for like 8-9 hours, I'll probably won't be sober as well.
Go on a fishing expedition? Try to fucking put malware in my phone? Is that what you're gonna do? You skinny bitch.
And the funny thing is, it turned out that this is not even the guy. The guy who was shit talking him was a whole different guy. They just happened to have the same username. You know, that one was on Twitch. This one is on YouTube.
Ugly ass. That's not him. It's this.
Hey, yo, dead ass G. My bad, pimp. That's just what happened when you a motherfucking real ass boss.
Does he even show his face in it?
Ping for US servers is kind of high, or there is.
Oh no, it's even worse. It's even worse.
It gets to a point for him that he doesn't care anymore. Look, legal wise, I don't think he's gonna get into trouble with this. I don't think he's gonna be investigated for anything. But community guideline stuff, I think he has to deal with some consequences since he's not even, showcasing the gun. That will get you banned. But the fact that he's wiggling around and threatening the guy who threatened him is next level community guidelines. Like, their Twitch is literally blind right now. Yeah, he's really pushing the limits of what he can get away with. That's exactly it. I don't think he cares anymore. I think it's to a point where he thinks Twitch needs him, which to a certain point they do. But it's going to get to a point where Twitch is going to be like, wait, we're setting a bad example. Even though we're going broke. And, Hassan is bringing a lot of subs. I think it's not worth it to keep him around.
Fucking dude who is advocating to... This fucking dude who's advocating to hang me for treason is mad at me, okay? Is mad at me and doesn't realize
The sound effects are very annoying.
realize that
Jesus, bro. You don't need to make a sound effect every time he wiggles it around.
he already got sight-wided. Oh, yeah, they already got fucking clapped. Hanged.
Twitch stops simultaneously instant bans anyone who insults Hassan, but also does nothing when he doxes and threatens. Where was the doxing? Maybe lost on that. And threatens a chatter with a firearm live in front of an audience of 30,000 people. This is all explicitly forbidden in the TOS. Yes, it is. Ethan said that Hassan's firearm is no match against mine. Look at this punny little weapon against my cannon. Okay, we're comparing PP sizes now. Okay, so here is the community guidelines against violence and threat on Twitch. I mean, we already know this, but let's read through it. Anyways, acts and threats of violence are counterproductive to promoting a safe, inclusive, and friendly community. Violence on Twitch is taken seriously and is considered zero tolerance violence, and all accounts associated with such activities on Twitch will be indefinitely suspended. If you attempt or threaten to physically harm or unalive anyone, attempts on... Okay, these are very, very basic. Use a weapon to physically threaten or intimidate, harm, or kill others. Encourage others to participate on acts that will harm others. Well, let's see if he's banned or not. Maybe by the time... Because this drama is like 2 days old. He's live.
And they have done this kind of denaturalization.
How is he not banned? Twitch.
Denaturalization in the past. They still did
What
it
the
on the
shitting
same,
donkey?
within the same boundaries. It was still ridiculous.
What's
Look,
ridiculous is
Dave,
you
why go on
still being
denaturalization?
up.
The
The question is, if Twitch moderation team is completely in your corner and so are the higher ups, why can't you do? I think they're in a very important meeting right now and they're discussing between money or respect of people. You know, following their community guidelines. I don't know if someone can sue them for this. You forgot he's Twitch's baby boy, they couldn't possibly punish him. Look, even if he's Twitch's baby boy, even if he's the #1 streamer in the world and brings the millions of dollars on monthly basis for Twitch, Twitch still has to act on this. This isn't something that you can get away with. This isn't an oopsie. This is pure violence and threat and intimidation and all of that. Literally. And he even threatened the wrong guy. I wonder what Twitch's excuse is gonna be. Let me see if Twitch responded. This is ridiculous, honestly. Nothing. Nothing. Celebrating Pride Month with a heart? Alright, Twitch. I think you have a more important things to talk about. Come on. They're known for showing favoritism, though. They really don't care what their spoiled brats do. Why are you siding with the person advocating war against Iran? Are you donkey or donkey? Which one? I'm not talking about war. I'm talking about someone with a weapon on a Twitch live stream wiggling it around and threatening someone and getting away with it. Anyways, I think that covers it. I don't think there's anything else. YouTuber apologizes for covering himself with baby oil after a trial verdict. I just made a video about this today. Okay, let's see what's going on YouTube. Jeez, bro, 33 minutes? Let's see what Legal Mindset has to do. No, we're not doing the intro.
Brand new Hassan problem, and this one could have huge repercussions, both legal and non-legal. We're going to get into that today. Of course, on the Legal Mindset, we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire. I want to tell this facts version. Referential stand. When looking at its terms, people that gets the most criticism for this, and that many folks across the board have said is the really recipient of a lot of the benefit of the terms of service without the burden of punishment, has been one Hassan Piker. Now today there was an absolutely extreme incident which really points out the problem for Twitch in having this unequal enforcement involving Hassan, and how this can have legal consequences. And this is involving him swinging around what appears to be, and that's the very key here legally and overall, what appears to be a weapon. So let's take a look at the video. And of course, this is video that I found over on X, which highlights.
It's time to.
So this event chat, obviously, for any of this, he would have the ability to block and or ban this person. Of course, every single content creator retains an incident. Hang Hassan for treason. Called
delivering for
what are some wives that had pistols from that realistic. But the key here, and this is a key that is not just in analyzing this for Twitch terms of service, but also broader for the law, is that you can make a physical threat. You can make a threat or try to intimidate somebody with even a fake weapon, with a fake knife, with a fake gun, with a fake bomb.
Exactly. So, I mean, I can literally just threaten you right now and I can get into trouble, right? But are they gonna take action? The thing is, like, in countries, I'm not sure about the US, but for example, over here in the Middle East, if you threaten someone over text and if they have the proof, you're cooked. You have to sell like 1 kidney to pay for the fines. You can't threaten anyone. You can't even curse at anyone on text. Like, you can, you do it, but if you do it to someone and they have evidence of it, you're gonna get into huge trouble if they decide to go to court. So, I don't know if donkey counts. Born trespasser, I don't know if you can sue me or not. But try to see if you can take me to court because I called you a donkey. But obviously a weapon wiggling around and threatening you with it, that will result in legal consequences. But as we all know from Diddy, money buys freedom. Whoever is going to sue Hassan is gonna probably go bankrupt and lose the case. I very highly much doubted that the law enforcement is gonna press charges against them for this, honestly.
If you were going to try to hijack a plane,
very highly
and you
doubted.
attempted that with a fake gun, it would not be material in terms of your defense. You would not be able to say, oh, but, well, it was fake, so I couldn't do it all along. You know, when you get caught and arrested and thrown in jail, you don't get off because, oh, it was fake. No, you would lead a reasonable person to believe that was real, and a reasonable person could have fear, actively real here.
Compare running.
And flaring it around, obviously there's a point to this. Obviously there's an individual who this is directed at. You know, this is something that's not really ambiguous in the general intention.
As you may or
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I will show you.
You've paired, so you've linked up brandishing a weapon.
Use your
So here's another crazy thing about the doxing. So now you've paired, so you've linked up
Today, I will show you
in the general intention.
as you may or
Hassan has one of his longtime chatters doxed the wrong guy.
Oh, you found his account?
Today,
I don't get it. Did he dox his YouTube channel or did he dox his, you know, home address?
Show you 3 ways
and his name and everything.
So here's another crazy thing about the doxing. So now you've paired, so you've linked up brandishing a weapon, what appears to be a real weapon, whether or not it is, whether it's an airsoft or whether it's fake. You've paired up brandishing a weapon with doxing, which is revealing their private information, which, by the way, in certain jurisdictions, in certain places in the world, is illegal. So
that's not doxing though. Like, am I lost? That's not doxing. That's his YouTube channel, a random guy's YouTube channel, which is public. Did he, you know, reveal his dog's name?
You've done.
I gotta cook for my family, Kush, for 4th of July, but love the content, brother. You enjoy 4th of July. Thank you for dropping this message.
2 things which are potentially illegal. There's the brandishing, the threats, the intimidation, and then you've got the doxing, right? So you've got 2 separate things you're now doing together. So that this is combining to make it.
Only Charlie can passively threaten someone with a gun and get away with it. See, Charlie's very smart with it if you pay attention to the Sneeko beef. I knew, like, I also thought about the Charlie Sneeko beef when weapons were involved. But Sneeko was the one who waved it around and didn't really threaten Charlie with it. But when Charlie brought out his big PP, right? He didn't direct it to him. He didn't say, Sneeko, you see this ding dong? It's gonna go up your ass. He didn't say that. He just said, hey, you know, since we're talking about mags, let me talk about, you know, clips and mags. Let me talk about how a gun is actually made. He's just showed it to be like, hey, if you want to try, you can try. He never directed it to anyone. He never threatened anyone with it. He just pulled it out. He indirectly directed him in the ass. And that's when they talked it out and they, you know, came to a conclusion. Cinco came to a conclusion that, hey, better not fuck with John Wick over here. Literally.
Even worse.
Wait, this is the guy?
First thing we want to do,
Clearly against their TOS.
Write a petition? Let's do a crusade, he says. Let's do a fucking crusade. The fishing expedition? You
said. Would be necessarily impermissible. He could say all those things. He could call them like he wants. But with that, you probably get 4 bans or sometimes 12-hour bans, and that's been all they've done with him. But to be just lose, obviously, nobody wants to be the platform in terms of don't even in deceptive practices. And it indeed is a very strong case to say it is an unfair and deceptive practice to benefit some people while punishing others, because this bias, this, for example, Hassan bias, is not disclosed anywhere. It's not ever like if we're deceiving the consumer, both the people that are consuming the content, that are expecting that their favorite content creators will not.
I'm gonna tell you all something I know you don't want to hear, so take a seat by this fireplace and get ready to get somber. I have completely lost faith that we will ever see a Titanfall 3, not
By the way, it's so healthy what Charlie's doing right now. Staying off of drama. Sometimes excessive drama can just burn you out. Just a whole lot of negativity. Okay, there's some things I do want to talk about, but actually let me talk about them. There is Donald Trump. We're done with the whole Hassan Piker thing, the Twitch situation. Unless there's anything new. Wait, Trump, UFC, White House.
So every one of our national park, battlefields, and historic sites are going to have special events in honor of America 250, and I even think we're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have. Does anybody watch UFC? The Great Day in the World. We're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this, on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little. We're not. Dana's going to do it. Dana's great, one of a kind. We're going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people.
Russian UFC fighters are banned though from entering the White House. On a serious note, this is gonna be great. I think this is gonna go down in history books if we have a UFC cage outside or even inside the White House. Holy shit.
And we're going to do that as part of 250 also. We're going to have some incredible events, some professional events, some amateur events, but the UFC fight's going to be a big deal too.
Is Dana giving him a share of the UFC? That he's, promoting UFC this much? Or is just, he's just bored and he wants to sit on his chair and in the White House and just watch this whole shit go down? You know what will be a cool entrance though to the UFC fight? One of them being an American. Obviously, I think the person fighting has to be, one of them has to be an American. And he fucking... helicopter goes by, like a military helicopter, and he parachutes out and he lands in the cage if it's in an open air. I think that would be pretty cool to witness. John Jones, oh yeah. John Jones the helicopter comes down, John Jones backflips in the middle of the cage. Crowds go crazy. The guns and missiles on top of the White House, start, shooting. Maybe I need to calm down a little bit. The whole thing starts, shooting up in the air. as an entrance fireworks. I think it'll be pretty cool to witness, and I think UFC is gonna make every news headline with this. That's pretty sick though. Oh yeah, this is something I saved. I wanted to show you as well. This has to be one of the, how can I put this? Saltiest revenges ever. One of the best revenge stories, you know, truths I've ever seen in my entire life.
G'day folks. So I've just got this comment from Haley saying you're old, you're ugly, you're not funny, get off the internet. Wow.
It's very funny. You're gonna find out in a second.
Wow, that hurts. So I've looked Haley up. I've done a bit of research on Haley, looked her up. Turns out that Haley's actually a beautician, okay, at a spa resort, which actually isn't too far from here, not far down the road. So I've just jumped on the website and had a bit of a look at the spa. And it turns out it's one of these spas that does everything, you know, massage, remedial massage, relaxation, haircuts, the whole kit and caboodle. They do the lot. Yep. So I rang the spa up and I got a hold of the manager and I asked if I could actually request a certain beautician to do it. She said, yeah, that's fine.
You know where this is going, right?
So I've requested Haley. I've made a booking. Guess what, Haley? Tomorrow you're going to be waxing my back, sack and crack, love. You might not think I'm funny, but I think that's going to be fucking hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Ask any Aussie.
If he does it. I really hope he does and he films it.
They'll tell you. See you tomorrow, Haley. Oh, you better do a good job too, because I will be leaving a review on your website. Oh, revenge is great.
So I'm usually against revenge, but something like this is beautiful. This is pure art. Until she does it wrong. I mean, yeah, there is a chance Haley's gonna pull out his ass hair very roughly and he's gonna be in full pain. But I think he's gonna keep on that smile and pretend like it's not hurting him. Maybe he's gonna like fart in her hand when she's doing it. For revenge, obviously, revenge purposes. Maybe he's gonna shit on her hand as well. We don't know. But Haley's gonna, obviously, for her to keep her job, she's gonna have to do a great job. But I don't think she's gonna wax his balls. I think a dude's gonna do that. I'm not sure. I don't know how they do it in Australia. But let's hope he doesn't ruin it with a happy ending. He just goes too far and he's like, hey, Haley, here you go. Here you go for her money. Happy ending, question mark? But I think she's gonna have a laugh about it as well. Or, and you know, cry about it later. Just to save face. He's gonna rip it off. He's gonna haul her out in the Australian accent. I'll share a story about revenge. What'd you do, Chishi? Wait, let me think of a revenge story if I ever had any. The thing is, I don't care about shit. I just don't care about anything. I got bullied before by 2 people. I never fought back, but I did try to talk to them and try to stop them. I gave up after years of bullying. Now the one guy has severe panic attacks. The other guy has cancer now. What did you do, Chishi? Oh, this is it? That's it? No, I know I care about the cast. I just don't care about, you know, if someone does it dirty. Like, for example, a story of someone hit my car. There was a scratch on it. I wasn't in the mood to go call the cops. That's when I came back home. I didn't even see it. That's when I came back home. I turned on the light and I saw that there's like my mirror is scratched and the side of my car is scratched. I wasn't in the mood to call the cops and go check the CCTV footage, check this and that. Just didn't care. Revenge is bad, folks. It only gives... That's not revenge, Chishi. That's karma. It was some ex-girlfriend. Don't wax the cats, even the Australian ones. Now, I'm thinking about some revenge. Wait. I think I took a revenge on my cats. But what did I do to them? What was it? I did something horrible to my cats because they did something horrible to me. Did I shit in their litter box? I don't remember, honestly. I remember they did something that really pissed me off. And what I did next was to piss them off directly. And the thing is, like, a lot of people think that cats aren't smart. They don't understand stuff. They do. They do understand everything. Maybe not to a human level, obviously, but they're very, very smart. They just don't care. I think I used to work with you if that's what you did. Pee in the litter box in front of them. Like, whenever I pee, there's Megatron on top of the toilet looking. And whenever he looks down, whenever she looks down, she just looks away because she's shy. Oh, yeah! I think I was taking a shit and Megatron kept on staring into my eyes. I don't know if this was the story, but this is just one revenge story. And when Megatron was taking a shit, I went down, sat down right in front of her while she was, you know. I just looked her dead in the eyes. She felt very uncomfortable, nothing came out. Did you hear that? Holy shit. But this was a great revenge story. Fort sounds the same in Dubai as in Massachusetts. Something as well about Diddy's verdict. So this is what Cassie's lawyer, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, who sued Diddy many times and who testified against Diddy that he was very violent to her. For some context, she was a huge part. She was in 3 of the counts against Diddy, and the only count he was charged with was the transportation of prostitution. Anyways, after Diddy's verdict came in, this is a letter Cassie's lawyer sent to the judge of the case. Dear Judge Subramanian, we write as a counsel of Cassandra Ventura, Miss Ventura, to respectfully request that the court denies Mr. Combs to be released pending his sentencing on his 2 convictions under pursuant to bail reform. So they really didn't want Diddy to get out on bail. Well, he didn't. I think this also had a huge role in play because Diddy did nothing to prove he's not violent anymore. The letter continued by saying detention is mandatory post-conviction on these charges, and Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case. 34 victims testified, including herself as well as the community. We thank the court for its time and attention to this matter. Respectfully submitted, Douglas H. Wigdor. I mean, look, I was very shocked as well when Diddy didn't get out on bail after, you know, his charged with breadcrumbs. But obviously, I don't understand the law as good as, you know, the judge or the lawyers. So I guess he had enough reasons to keep him, even though most legal analysts behind the scenes, they said that the possibility of Diddy getting out is more than 90% out on bail before his sentencing is, which was in October, but they're gonna have it in 2 days to discuss an early sentencing. So it's interesting to see how long Diddy's gonna serve. Maximum is 20 years on both counts. Some say 2 years, some say 4. I say he's gonna serve 4 to 5 years. If he's a good boy, he's gonna get out in 3. But let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, I saved this as well. I wanted to show you. Man tries to kidnap a girl at subway station in Queens, but he gets beaten by the men around. Broad daylight. So many questions. I mean, usually in 2025, people start filming. As you can see with the person with the camera. But thankfully in this situation, now a lot of people had their cameras in their hands and they actually stepped up to do something about it.
Let it go! Let it go! Let it go! Let it go! Let it go!
It was his daughter? How do you know? See, I thought this was a pimp. And it was, you know, trying to put her back to work. But obviously, I don't know. This was just my first guess. It can very much be the daughter. Very, very much the chances. Thank you, Bobby Zula. You too, man. They started beating the shit out of him. And what happened to the girl?
Oh shit.
Wait, are we sure that's the daughter? Are we sure about that? They started beating him with wood as well. I mean, look, if he was a homeless man, this can be a toxic relationship. This can be the fact that she scammed him and now he's pissed. This can be the fact that a lot of things. But all we know is he didn't get what he wanted. He got his ass beat instead.
Get that, nigga. Somebody try to tell you something, chill the fuck out. Now you got it.
Jesus. The poor father, he was only trying to save his daughter from a life of crack abuse. And I mean, look, I don't know if that's the father. That's the thing. Okay, this was in the comment section. Yes, this is me. I don't know if this is actually the person or not. This is me, and yes, I am glad to be home safe. Thank you guys for the prayers. Did you know him? Scary. So glad they were meant to help you. No, he was a stranger. She could be lying. This can be not the person as well. One way to find out is go through her TikTok page, but we are not that invested in this. But if this was actually a total stranger, that is crazy. Somebody owed money to their pimp. Oh yeah. Alright, we're gonna jump to the next topic over here. The next video that I saved that I wanted to talk about. There's a streamer called Snow Cone, and she talked about how expensive it is to be a content creator.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You could get a 10K check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10K check when you gotta spend 5K on trips just to travel?
Do you have to travel? Okay, she broke down us. Okay, the person who posted this broke down what exactly she said. $5,000 on travel. Why would you want to spend half of your earnings to travel? If you're earning 10K, you spend 2K, or honestly, I'd say every 2-3 months travel. But hey, she wants to do it for content. Maybe when you go to a place, spend less there. Maybe don't get a 5-star hotel. Tell them I'm an influencer. They'll give you a free room probably. I don't know.
$500 on setup shit.
$500 a month for setup? Do you buy a new microphone every month? I call crap on this.
Fucking $2,000 on your rent.
Fair. If you're making $10,000, $2,000 on rent is pretty normal.
Fucking $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 an hour toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going into negative doing this shit, okay?
See, when I first saw this, I thought this was a clickbait. But okay, let's see how much she's paying the editors. 5, 7, 8. She's paying $2,000 for the editors? Do editors make that much money? Does anyone want an editor? I'm unemployed. I edit pretty good. Tectone said he made 400,000. Yeah, bro, Twitch pays crazy amount of money, but at the same time, you gotta realize that first of all, you gotta annoy the shit out of your audience with the ads, with the 3-minute ads that they're putting on every hour. And then, not everyone obviously makes $400,000, but even $10,000 is great. If I was making $10,000, zero complaints. I'll travel in silence. I'll pay my rent in silence. I'll just, live a comfortable, very, very comfortable life. But this doesn't sound, this just sounds like a person who's living a $30,000 a month life when she's only making 10. You need to live within your making. That's literally how she needs to solve it. I also don't think this is rage bait. I think she's very frustrated because she wants to live the lifestyle that, Diddy G and Kai Cenat and everyone else is living. Traveling everywhere, buying this, buying that. But you can't win $10,000. And it's true, you can't. Maybe for now, limit the traveling. Learn how to edit. Look, you can still find editors who are going to do it for cheaper for you. If you make $10,000, editing your videos can drain you a lot. Like sometimes I have I have 3 video ideas that I want to shoot, and I finish the first one, I'm drained. After the edits, obviously. Then I have to, boost up the dopamine a little bit and then start the second video and the third video. That's why there's like a 6-7 hours gap between each video. It's not I love the shooting. I love the talking about it, yapping about it. But when it comes down to the editing one, even though it is at the minimum, what I do, it's still draining. So editors are a huge help, honestly. But at the beginning, since I'm not making any money, I'm literally making breadcrumbs from YouTube and streaming, I have to do everything by myself. Also, I don't trust whoever edits my videos because I might do some weird shit that's in the video. They can use it to blackmail me. I discussed this before. But yeah, we talked about this. We ready to jump on the next topic? So, Rampage Jackson, the UFC fighter, has been going viral over the past couple of weeks. If you don't know who he is, he played in A-Team. And he's been literally bullying everyone on the street.
Yeah, let me see who's taller. Stand right next to each other. Let me see.
I wasn't ready. I didn't have my guard up.
My bad. I had to get it on.
I love that.
Yeah, let me see who's taller. Stand.
Fucking hell, bro. Yeah. You've seen this? I don't think he's sober. I don't think on any of his live streams he's sober. Wait, what was this about?
It's fresh because it just happened. Just wanted some sweet treats. And there were like two guys that walked up next to us. You know, Peyton like walked away. My wife walked away for just a second. And they were like snickering to their to themselves or something. And like I didn't really think much of it. So I'm just looking at the candy aisle trying to decide what candy I want. And he walks by and gets like inches from me and just rips one, like farts like this far from me. That's disgusting to say. I can't even believe I'm having to say this, but he did. And about that time, Peyton walked up, like didn't witness what happened, but like seconds later, and I'm like upset and I follow after him. And I was like, is there a reason? You were just so disrespectful to me. Called you a bitch. Come here. And he never felt so
Alright, what do you think? What do you think this is? Do you think this is fake or real?
dehumanized. Not only
It's dehumanizing if you fart next to someone. You have to hold it in until you're in a empty space. If you don't, you're literally spitting on someone's humanity. You will burn in hell, probably, if you do this.
Did he fart on her? When she confronted him, he said, "Just walk away, you fucking bitch."
Valid reaction, honestly. Imagine farting and making someone let you cry. I think it's the way she was treated afterwards as well that it was really hurt. I mean, look, the husband didn't do anything.
You fucking bitch. And apparently
The husband should have done something.
a girl, wonderful lady who stood by, witnessed the whole thing, said they walked around the corner to her aisle away from us and called us fucking gay bitches.
right before I walked up. So
Yeah, I think that's why they're probably hurt. I don't know if I'm making a video about this. We'll decide. We'll decide. They just yapped a lot more. Anyways, someone invested 7,900 in Bitcoin. Now it's worth $1.1 billion. Jesus. Streamer breaks down in tears after witnessing the man she was talking to get jumped and slapped by a group of gang members live on stream. I once tried to get my ex to hear my fart on the phone. I forced my fart and I actually pooped myself. Good stuff, man. Now we know of your dark secret. I can't look at you the same after this, Chichi. I was out with friends watching a play. That's even worse. Jesus, bro. You're in a public area and you try to fart and record the voice note? How's that possible? I hope it wasn't FaceTime, or else she will probably not see you the same. I mean, it's an ex for a reason, right? You had to bury your dark secret. Probably drunk out of your mind as well. Yeah, I've seen that video. I will allow Orb to ban Chichi for that. I was so ashamed. It's fine. It's in the past. It's an X right now. I once had a girl fart on me in a 69 position. That was embarrassing for her, not for me. I laughed my ass off. But yeah, that was funny. Shit, that was like 4 years. No, 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, 2-3 years ago. What did she say? She was just apologizing continuously. She was like, I'm very, very sorry. I didn't care, honestly. I thought it was a little bit disgusting because, you know, the moment was too intimate. But I didn't really give a shit. It was the feeling was for like 2 seconds. That's it. She apologized a lot. I was like, okay, let's not stop what we're doing. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Let's continue. I just couldn't look at the butthole anymore. It was, I was afraid. You should have farted as well. No, man. No. I'll fart in a non-intimate moment.
Hey guys, JD.
Oh my god, what is this? What is this?
Hey guys, JD Vance here in beautiful Mount Rushmore. I've actually never been here. I brought my kids with us. Ush and I are having a great time visiting one of America's great national landmarks. We see this as a great occasion to celebrate Independence Day. Of course, tomorrow is the 249th birthday of our country. And we in the Trump administration, we're also celebrating the passing of the great big beautiful bill, which lowers taxes on Americans and gives us...
Kush only queefs, yeah.
How much monthly do you pay for all of these?
Total? I don't know.
Oh my god, bro, shut up. If my dead grandmother was here, she would have said, thank God I'm not alive. Or, that didn't make sense, but you got my point. Alright, what are we looking at? What are we looking at over here?
My name is Candy Von Sparkle, aka Christopher. My pronouns are he, she, and they.
Okay, what the fuck? He, she, they? Did he just take all the gender identifications from everything? Is this a church? I think so. Hold on, wait. No way this is a church. I see Jesus Christ there. It looks like a church.
Please join me responsibly in a call to worship.
Oh no, this is a church.
Source of life in the beginning.
Bro, Muslims are gonna have a laugh about this, honestly. Like, Christians need to do something about this.
You made us and called us beloved. When we forget how to love.
You know why he kept the beard? Because he's a he, she, they. Jesus, he's also buffed as well.
When the powers of the world try to oppress us, your name is...
I'm not even religious, but this is crazy. I'm not religious either.
When our siblings in faith condemn us, claim us beloved.
I know Christians don't do this, but there's a church in the US that allowed this to happen. Bad PR. That's all I'm gonna say.
My name is Candy Von Sparkle, aka Kristen.
And the thing is, he's the only person I see over here. I don't see any rainbows. Crazy work. I mean, if this is happening in churches now, soon others will follow as well. Depending on who the next president is, a lot of this we're gonna find out what is gonna happen next. I mean, look, I honestly, my personal opinion, he can be he, she, they, them, toilet, juice, identify as a hookah. I don't care. But, you know, when you come in church, like, be presentative. You know what I mean? Be respectful. Don't be that. Whatever that is. Like, I have tattoos, right? It's forbidden to go to a mosque with the tattoos. It's forbidden to have tattoos in general in Islam. But I do have it because I'm not very religious. But in case, like, I want to go to a mosque or anything, I cover all of it up out of respect for the holy place that I'm going to. That's why, like, he could have easily just be more representative. Wear normal, respectful clothes, a shirt and pants. That would have been completely fine. You don't need to bring the McDonald's clown outfit to church to pray. Also, it was very unnecessary, by the way, to identify yourself. But I feel like that's how it is with everyone. Wherever they go. You go to a doctor's. Hi. What's your... Are you, Jason? Yes, I'm Jason, and my pronouns are he, she, and they. Like, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how true this is. I should have saved this for you, but this is crazy. Watch this.
Pretty sure there's a guy in this sort of thing. Good use of hands-free. I got my coffee, but see? There's a guy in there that likes to be stepped on. So I'm glad I captured that for everyone. This sort of thing. Good use of hands-free. I got my coffee, but see? There's a guy in there that likes to be stepped on. So I'm glad I captured that for everyone. Let's get a few more folks walking on him. I don't know what he's doing under there. And then
He's taking a nap. He's just taking a nap down there.
I'm gonna go.
That looked like the comfortable place for him. That's why he decided to take a nap.
Step on him for you all, so you could see it firsthand, I guess, right?
Free massage. It is a free massage. If you're in pain, people will just walk all over you. It's all fun and games until Garlock the Destroyer walks in. Then it is a GG well played.
Well, if he wants to be stepped on. Okay, kind of reflecting on what I just did, it seems like I might have indirectly pleasured someone from my walking.
I mean, look, there's so many kinks out there. I don't even know if this is a thing, but probably.
Sounds like I'm doing God's work, but that was also a huge hazard, and
it's a risk though.
Borderline illegal, so
it's a big risk. If he's beating his ding dong down there, big risk. It might get too crowded and people are in a hurry, so they walk all over the place 3 times at once. Someone's gonna touch his pee-pee. Someone's gonna step on his ding dong. I think he's gonna start beating it even more. I don't know, this guy honestly is pretty into it. If Garlock walks, Blood's going to have to restart on a new thing. Wait, is there any new information?
Yes.
Yeah, New York carpet men are so scary.
New York City has something called carpet men. You might be thinking, what the hell is a carpet man and why are you showing me a random walkway in New York City? This isn't a random walkway. This is a person, by the way. A carpet man is basically someone who puts himself under carpet and has strangers step on him. At first I was like, okay, then I just wouldn't step on him. Then I saw what they actually look like. I would never think that a person is under here. What do you mean? There's 2 different carpet men.
They're exposed right now. Whatever they are, they're very much exposed. Now, if I see this video and if I live in New York City and if I see the carpet man, I'm gonna treat it like a trampoline.
And in
I'm gonna ruin his day. I'm gonna make him soft.
New York City. This is Kevin the Carpet.
Oh my god. It's real. I thought this whole thing was fake.
This is the second carpet guy to exist.
I might make a video about this. Yeah, I'll probably make a video about this.
New York City has some consent when he does this. As you hear, what do you mean? There's 2 different carpet men in
WWE elbow drop?
New York
Yeah,
City.
probably.
This is Kevin the Carpet. This is the second carpet guy to exist, okay? He's not the OG. He's not the first one. Kevin the Carpet, although the more famous one, he's a little meaner. He doesn't ask for people's consent when he does this. As you
Does it need to, really? I mean, I don't care if he gets off of me just walking over a carpet, not even, you know, his body, skin to be... You get my point.
see here, I would have never guessed that there's a person under here that's waiting for me to step on him. Also, he gets really mean when he sees people recording. Like, I saw one video, someone said something to him, and he's like, I'm not saying anything to you. Which is crazy, because you're in public getting strangers to step on you, and then you think I'm weird when I record you doing that? Oh, and in case you're wondering, how does Kevin just sit in a carpet all day, every day? Like, doesn't he have a job? Nope. He inherited a lot of money from his relative who was an executive for some
Is paying someone to step over you boring now?
record company. I don't know. He is rich. He has the money to be a carpet guy. That's insane to me. But let me introduce you to the OG of the game. This is the first carpet guy. This is Giorgio the Carpet. He has beef with Kevin the Carpet, okay? They hate each other. New York City, you not only have 2 different carpet guys, they hate each other. They have beef. There's like street cred with carpet guys. I watched this whole interview with...
Stay in your territory. If I see you in my territory, I'll probably walk all over you. Not in a sexy way, but in a violent way.
Giorgio. Listen, he does it for the love of the game. He takes Vice to Home Depot and he shows them what a good quality carpet is. He's like, these are some nice carpets. I usually like 5x7. Pause. Vice, why did you think this was a great location to interview a guy in a carpet? A field on a hot summer day. Then I found out Giorgio the Carpet, he makes anywhere from $0 to $300 a night. You're probably thinking, what do you mean $0? That's what I'm saying. He does this for the love of the game.
Yeah, but how does he get paid?
Dude, Giorgio the Carpet,
I don't make $300 a day.
is my favorite because he prides himself on asking for consent first. He doesn't like Kevin the Carpet because he's like, you're not asking for people's consent and you're just ruining the industry. You're ruining my image. If you ever hear about carpet guys in New York City, listen, Kevin the Carpet, evil, doesn't recycle, probably litters, doesn't know how to cook, left eyebrow. Giorgio the Carpet, right eyebrow, donates, does birthday parties, will enjoy your wedding if you invite him to it.
This is literally great information because I'm unemployed. This is just beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, next video is definitely gonna be about this. We're definitely gonna crack some jokes. I'm probably gonna dive more into it as well, but I don't want to spoil it for you. When I'm off stream, I'll dive more into it.
What happened on OnlyFans? You can do shit like that on OnlyFans. We don't know what happened on OnlyFans. You can do shit like that on OnlyFans. You can do whatever.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
I mean, yeah, I guess y'all had to just watch.
I'll cop. I want to see what you're packing.
I hope you would be watching for Prison Bay and not for FYBJ Man.
Brother, why these? Why are OnlyFans? Why are people just promoting OnlyFans all over the place? Fuck off. Literally, the whole video is about OnlyFans and OnlyFans. Block. Fucking hell. It's so annoying, like, people are getting paid couple $100 to promote. Not even couple $100, I think. Like few tens of dollars, 10, $20 to promote an OF page.
Nice.
How expensive it is to keep up with content creation.
Disguised as a car washer, came to
Fucking hell, bro. This is fucking hell. Alright. Block. Please, Twitter. I probably should just save it up for you so we can, see it later together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close this. We're gonna go to YouTube and some news articles. But first, stretch up a little bit, stretch those eyes, relax them. I'm just gonna go down, get a bottle of water, and I'll come back, yeah? Alright, we are back.
What's up, guys? Just a quick update here. This isn't clickbait, but it's also not as dramatic as it seems. I'm not leaving YouTube, but my videos will be switching channels. I recently started posting long-form videos again over on my main channel, and so instead of having things spread out over 2 separate...
Okay. Inside the Philippines jail. Nutrition principle for getting lean. Never do these things on YouTube. Do you know Fish Tank Live? It got cancelled. I don't know what that is. The Sam Hyde Big Brother type of show. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. But what I do want to know is the King Azule's allegations. I haven't really looked into it. The only thing I've looked into is this cringe fighting strategies, alpha energies.
In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you what I have went through as a young man when I was 18 years old. 18 years old, throwing a birthday party at my house. A group of girls show up, and one of the girls was the girl that I liked. You see, she said that she was a freshman in college. She had a few drinks. We all had some drinks. Everybody was fine. Everybody was cool. But when the girl left my house, she said bye to everyone. And the kid that did touch her took her back home. So we weren't worried about the case, because truly you'd have to really prove.
This is the longest intro ever.
That there was a... And we knew it wasn't true. There was something else that came with it. And I'm sure you could guess what it was. It was a $50 million lawsuit. When the judge looked into it, and the DA looked into it, and the officers and doctors, they realized that there wasn't, but nothing happened between me and her. Her family was so adamant, so pushy about the $50 million
This is the longest intro
that
ever.
eventually something took a turn.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm gonna tell you right now, I watched the entire video, 27 minutes of King Auli making up a bullshit story and then sucking his own dick for the entire rest of it. And I'm not gonna waste your time, not like I've wasted mine, because that entire video was completely worthless. And I'll tell you what we are gonna do. We're gonna talk about a couple parts of it, couple parts of the actual fabricated story that he made up, and we're gonna rip that shit to shreds, because it is complete fabricated horseshit. Now, excuse my language, I know I start off very vulgar here, but I gotta accurately reflect how annoyed and irritated I am after watching that garbage, because you guys gotta remember, what is the subject matter? He's defending himself from the accusations that have been brought forth by John Bravo that he is a
Oh yeah, this was Oh, he was making a joke. Oh no, he's not. John Bromo Films.
It should not even be right.
There's no way. Do you guys know who this guy is? I watched 2 of his videos. Okay, did he attack or did he, you know, boom boom a 15-year-old?
Blown. I uncovered something that I would.
First 3 seconds of the video, I couldn't take this guy seriously. But hey, 200,000 people are. I just couldn't. I'm alright, Niloy. How are you?
Wish I never. Uncovered something that I wish I never.
I think you cut it there way too soon, brother. Usually you do this with jokes. You love how he talks? That's weird. Okay, we're not in 2019. Sorry, not even 2019. 2012 anymore. We don't need intros to be more than 3 seconds. But hey, the video still got 300k. Maybe I need to start having long intros in order to... I don't know what's wrong with my channel. Wait, sorry. Before we talk about this whole thing, is there anything I need to do that I'm not doing? No, on a serious note, I've looked everywhere. How to start the video, how to end the video, how to finish the video. Does the YouTube algorithm hate me? Which every small creator said, I know, but I don't know. Oh, Eagle Lifter's final boss. I like how everyone went radio silent.
So do you guys know who this King Auli is? I like to call him King Asshole. The
Alright, I have a challenge for everyone over here. Try not to laugh whenever words come out of his mouth. Try to keep a straight face till the end of the video.
Shaolin monk trained kung fu fighting Batman wannabe piece of shit. The man who spams his whole life of lies across the internet for internet fame. You guys know this asshole, right? But if there's one thing I think this asshole was telling the truth about, it's how that old man, Chinese guy in the restaurant, how he fell in love with them because he was so special.
Is he being satire? Is he being sarcastic or no? That's how he is in every video.
Because that explains a lot about this idiot.
Eventually, the owner fell in love with me, and he said, that kid is special.
That poor old man, he just wanted to love him a long time, like that Sharmuta on the street said.
Me so horny. Me love you long time.
Now he makes up so many lies about his life. I think he starts to believe his own bullshit and thinks this fantasy is real. Chinese man falling in love with him, teaching him kung fu in the back of the restaurant.
And I would come to him. He would move all of the tables, and he would teach me kung fu. I was 10 years old. It was...
It's been a minute, brother. Let's get to the attacking
different,
part.
And I loved it.
Worked for the FBI in counterterrorism. Beat off 30 men at one time. Asshole. He does this to try to teach them to become men. But while I was investigating all the bullshit lies this asshole's telling to see if any of it's true, I uncovered something that I wish I never saw. Because it's so dirty and evil and unbelievable and something that I didn't think is possible for a human being to do. to another person. The last thing this asshole should ever be doing is anything.
What did he say?
It's so dirty and evil and unbelievable, and something that I didn't think is possible for a human being to do to another person.
Was he born yesterday? I mean, I get it, he's spicing things up, but holy shit. Honestly, with the way he's acting, he's coming off with, you know, alpha energy as well. Like, if I'm watching a video of him and I'm reacting to him reacting to the other guy, I'll make fun of both of them.
The last thing this asshole should ever be doing is anything involving children.
His eyes are dead like Call of Duty characters' eyes in the early 2000s. Don't disrespect Johnny Bravo like that. John Bravo, I can only do that, Chishi. You don't get to disrespect him like that. He's reading off a script, by the way. If you focus on his eyes, he's not paying attention. He's trying to stay in character. I wonder how he is once the video goes off. You won't believe what happened. The biggest donkey in the entire world. Alright, I think that bit was good. Let's go with camera position, script. Again. With that, is my hair good? Okay, we're fine, we're good. Hey Kush, would you do a stand-up comedy? I think genuinely you will do great. Even if you pay me $30,000, I won't do stand-up comedy. I'm panicking in front of 20 people on this live stream, and you want me to look at 20 people in their eyes in person? You know how uncomfortable that is? Like, I see your texts right now. If you're in front of me and you're laughing at me, I'll freeze. Sorry, if you're like looking directly at me, I'll freeze. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do in front of 20 people who are, you know, there to be entertained? Like, at least I know from the screen if I say something, you laugh, or sometimes you won't. But being in person is gonna be a horror show for me. Now, I will never do stand-up comedy. Never, ever, ever.
And now, I'm gonna show it to you.
I got my ass kicked one time in my life. I was 13 years old. I got jumped by about 30 guys outside of a house party. After that, I purchased an Uzi. Nobody ever jumped me again. Nobody ever said anything again.
This is the same guy. I'll just show you. I'll spoil it for you. Who cares? You know, throwing at you right now. You're probably looking at me right now and be like, holy shit, I can't even look eye to eye with this guy. Watch them, man. Watch them. Not these donkeys over here. And the guy on the left. Bring it. Come on!
Me.
Watch this guy. He got jumped by 30 guys in action.
Forget religion. Put religion aside.
You know what? This shit, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
Ali. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Hey, come on! Show you, fucker. Come on! Come on!
Crazy. Crazy. He can definitely beat 60 people. At once.
I was ready to die, and I was ready to take everybody with me. The fuck out of 6 of them. A guy pulls out a gun, and tells me to stop.
Did he do a overlay for us? Did he shoot the scene only for an overlay?
I look at him and I say, shoot me. I'm not gonna shoot you. What's your name? So the fuck are you to ask me my name? I said, shoot me. He said, no. I want you to be one of us. But we're talking somebody from the mob. And I started doing underground fights for him. I also was his bodyguard for a while. I felt very powerful.
Anything of this asshole's claims, if any of it is true, right? Remember that story? I came up with some things.
I can't take this guy
Remember that
seriously.
story where he said he beat his shins with a bat to make him tough, and I said he's thinking he's Van.
There is no way this guy speaks like this in person. There is, I bet my left toe. This guy does not speak like this in person. If he does, well, fuck, man. It sucks to be him.
Damn, in that scene of Kickboxer where Van Damme is kicking that tree with the old man and his shot. All those comments you guys were leaving in the comments saying he thinks he's Steven Seagal, he thinks he's Rocky, he thinks he's the Karate Kid. You guys were right because he names them all off, this asshole.
Before him, it was Bruce Lee. Then we had Steven Seagal.
No way.
We had Arnold. We had Sylvester Stallone.
Don't.
We had Jet Li. Jackie Chan.
So then...
And now we have King Azule.
You know what he says? He said there was one time in his life Daddy got his ass kicked. So you know what he did?
Bro,
he said he went home and got an Uzi and took it out on all the kids in school, and nobody ever fucked with him again. Who does he think he is, Scarface?
I got my ass kicked one time in my life. I was 13 years old. I got jumped by about 30 guys outside of a house party. After that, I purchased an Uzi. Nobody ever jumped me again. Nobody ever said anything again. I was ready to die, and I was ready to take everybody with me.
Then it gets even better. Now he says he's in a bar. He fucked up 6 people at the same time. Hey, it's more believable than the 30 he was claiming that he beat off, right? He said while he beat up...
To be fair, beat off and beat off, 2 different meanings. For all we know, he did actually beat off 30 guys at once. For all we know.
Those 6 people. Somebody came up to him, and he was a mob guy.
It's very possible to beat off 30 men all at once. See, it's a challenge. It's difficult. It's a lot of wrist activities. But if you put your mind and soul into it, you can make it happen. And also, he goes to the gym, so his forearm game is pretty strong. I'm sure even after he beat off the 30th guy, he still had room to go. Where's 31? Where's 31? 32? Question mark? I'll beat you off too. Come over here, put your pants up.
From the mafia, and he wanted to hire him to become an underground fighter.
And went into the world of doing underground fights. And doing underground fights was amazing for me because I fought people that were much older than me. I was 16 years old, but I was making about $2,000 to $3,000 a fight. So I started doing underground fights at about the age of 15. The way it started, I was at a hookah bar. So I got into it with some of these guys, and I ended up beating the fuck out of 6 of them. They were all older than me. A guy pulls out a gun and tells me to stop. I look at him and I say, shoot me. I'm not gonna shoot you. What's your name? So the fuck are you to ask me my name?
We are 6 minutes into the video and still we've talked about him beating off 30 men. We've talked about, is this guy serious or playing a character? Which one? Because I can make fun of both these guys, him and the guy making the video. We're 6 minutes into the video. We talked about him beating off. Man, he talks about it at 7-minute mark.
I was doing this, so prepare yourself because this is not a joke. This is not funny. This is actually a serious story, and I want you guys to.
You're making it funny by putting it at the 8-minute mark, the most important one.
Prepare for what I'm going to tell you. He was 18 years old. He went to a party with his brother and a bunch of his other friends. They see a girl there, 15 years old, a cheerleader, beautiful girl from high school. The party, you know, they're all there having a good time. Him and his brother and the other friend and a few other people tell the girl, hey, you know, come back to the party.
It looks like when he wakes up, this guy over here, it looks like when he wakes up, he stares at himself for 30 minutes inside the mirror, winks at himself, and starts his day. 30 minutes minimum.
At my parents' house, you know, we'll stop by the liquor store, we'll get some liquor, we have fake IDs, we'll have fun, we'll party. So the girl listens, she goes, she's naive, and I don't think she ever expected to happen what happened. Ben, King Asshole, his brother, Dylan, and another kid. They're all Israeli, so I guess they're very close. They all took turns taking advantage of her. I have to be careful with what I took. They're all things have fun. Stop by the liquor store. We'll get some liquor. We have fake IDs. We'll have fun. We'll party. So the girl listens. She goes. She's naive. And I don't think she ever expected to happen what happened. Ben, King Asshole, his brother, Dylan, and another kid. They're all Israeli, so I guess they're very close. They all took turns taking advantage of her. I have to be careful with what I say here. In every which way possible. I'm talking from behind, the mouth.
Okay, you do not need to you do not need to share these type of information. Just say SA. You don't need to give details about what happened. You know, obviously say details about what happened, but hey, you know, she took it in the mouth. She took it in the back door. She took it in the eyes. Unnecessary. Very unnecessary.
It's really bad and it's really hard to say, but they all took turns on her. She was a 15-year-old virgin.
If he would have said they all took turns on her, we get it. We all understood what he meant.
Very, very sad story. I'm gonna show you guys here some of the documentation, but I have to be very careful in how I show this on YouTube. This is a lawsuit by a young woman stemming from a brutal R and S assault committed against her by defendants Ben Azouli, Dylan Azouli, both of them are brothers, and Mayor Vareed, who was their friend, on July 13, 2008, at the home of defendants David and Rachel Azouli, which are his parents. At the time, H, which I had to shorten her name because I do not want her identity revealed. At the time, H was only 15 years old and a virgin. H has suffered and continues to suffer extreme physical and emotional damages as alleged herein. At the party in Sherman Oaks, H, Catherine, and Paulina met defendants Ben and Dylan Azouli, who are brothers. Dylan convinced H, Catherine, and Paulina to come to what he described as a party at his parents' house at Buffalo Avenue in Sherman Oaks, and Ben drove them there. So they were at a party initially, and then he convinced them all to go to his house. A highly intoxicated H is repeatedly and forcibly R'd by at least 3 of the defendants, while the others stand by and watch. H was forcibly dragged into a bedroom by Ben, who stripped of her clothes, forced her to perform OS on him, and then oral blank on her against her will. Ben then proceeded to brutally force himself upon H, beating her and R'd her against her will. Other boys, including Dylan and Mayer, watched while this was going on, but made no effort to stop Ben.
Is this real? Is this real though? We're gonna have to assume this is real. Like, gotta go through the public records, and I'm sure this is public information if he found it. But if it is, this is crazy.
Ben. In fact, each time
this is gonna crush down his alpha male empire.
Attempted to escape, she was pulled back
He's
into
gonna lose the respect of all the people who saw him as an alpha male.
The room and subjected to further S assault. After Ben had...
That's the thing. That's why the podcast between Auli, King Auli, my bad, my apologies, King Auli and this donkey Zule over here. That's why at the beginning they called it an allegation. They didn't call it a conviction. So you have to be very careful with how you say this as well. Because, you know, lawsuit can be involved. But I'm sure if you dig deep enough, you're gonna find out that if this is, you know, credible or not.
Finished ravaging H, he passed her to his brother Dylan, who dragged her from Ben's room to Dylan's room. While R-ing her, he bit her on the neck and... Dylan and Ben then flipped H onto her stomach, face down, and she
Jesus, bro, this
one
is
or
too
more of
graphic.
the Mayor take H and did Mayor RH. Ben was...
So if you put these case file numbers, you can find it through public record. Documents, it was filed in 2011, so 3 years after.
Prosecuted as an...
Usually, yeah, I mean, usually when 15-year-olds go through something traumatic as this, it's later on in life what they realize. Like I have a lot of friends who used to date, like females, they used to date like people like in their 24, 25 when they were 15, and when they turned, you know, like 19, 20, they realized, holy shit, what was I doing?
An adult. Dylan and Mayer were both charged as minors. Ben admitted his guilt in open court and was convicted on the charge of violating Penal Code Section 288, blank with a minor. Dylan also admitted his guilt and was convicted in a juvenile proceeding on a charge of violating Penal Code Section 261.
They were 18 though, they were adults.
Are of an intoxicated, unconscious person. So as you guys saw, you know, very sad story, one of the most disgusting things that do it's had. The other kid went to prison, his brother. But, you know, this girl's life, you know, because of her life. The file is over 100 pages long, and there was some confusion that I had in it because I want to know, you know, what was the outcome? Yeah, obviously he went to prison. The other kid went to prison, his brother. But, you know, this girl's life, you know, what happened to this girl's life? Because imagine how bad her life is affected from this trauma. So I saw there was a civil case where they were suing Ben, his brother.
It was civil, it wasn't criminal, that's why.
The family. But it ended up in a default. And I didn't know if this girl, did she ever get anything? Because don't forget, this asshole, he says he's a millionaire now, you know? Did this girl ever get anything?
Yeah, but how much was it again?
And I didn't know if this girl, did she ever get anything?
That being said,
because we then see they say, "What's up, you piece of shit? Happy to chime in here." All right, so at the end of this, we see they had a confidential settlement, which is the most likely outcome, because we then see that this dipshit attempted to sue the homeowner's insurance of the house in which the assault occurred in. So likely what happened is that they settled,
suing his parents
for an undisclosed amount. And then he attempted to sue, again, the homeowner's insurance of the home in which this assault occurred in. Now, we know that that was unsuccessful, so he does have a judgment against him. Now, whether or not he's paid, anybody knows, you know. I doubt it. Looking at his track record, as I'm sure you saw, got quite the laundry list of open and closed cases just out of Los Angeles County. So clearly he's not unfamiliar with the system, and be hard pressed to think that he's making those payments.
I mean, to be fair, he's Israeli, so it was promised to him like 4,000 years ago that civil lawsuit amount.
How he's gonna deal with it.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, my woman, there is no way that she's been with someone else. When people tell me, don't you want her experience? Experience with what?
Fuck no. No, I'd rather her ask me what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Teach me what the fuck to do.
I'd rather we teach her, or not we.
So
Excuse me.
Yeah.
What do we have here? So you didn't give, allegedly, obviously, you didn't give the other 15-year-old a chance to meet someone to save herself for the future husband, but now you're sitting and saying, hey, my wife needs to be virgin.
Hi, teacher. Ready? You got me.
Guys, thanks for watching.
Jesus, bro, that's just disgusting. That's just disgusting. That's messed up. Fuck hell, bro. He's making all the men with beard look bad right now. He said he grew the beard because he's related to a king. He grew the beard. To be fair, the crown was promised to him again like 17,000 years ago, so I'm not surprised. He grew the beard to change his appearance for assaulting a child while having zero remorses. He makes Wes Watson look like a decent person. These alphas have no chance against Bravo. Holy shit, this guy actually has fans, huh?
Just to be clear, if Twitch fails to act on this strongly, then it opens the door for a host of issues, legal and non-legal. This is what I'm assuming that legal mindset says. By allowing him to do this, effectively Twitch has a pattern of behavior of allowing violent behavior.
No, that is a big no-no. People do bad stuff, they get banned. Hassan does it.
Behavior like
Twitch turns blind. Simple as that.
This to happen. Hassan doxes a user while threatening them with a firearm.
To be fair, I didn't really see the doxing.
If he is not banned for this, this opens up this behavior for others. When you read the terms of service, nowhere does it say everyone will be punished except for Hassan. Everyone will be banned except for Hassan.
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I will show you.
Wait, this is the guy? Fuck are you gonna do, bro? You skinny bitch.
As we explained before, Hassan didn't even target the right person. And this user actually replied on Twitter saying he had nothing to do with this.
Try to fucking put malware in my phone? Is that what you're gonna do? That's not him, it's this. Is waving a gun around on Twitch considered a crime? This is not a real gun. When Moist Critical did the exact same thing.
The difference is that Charlie brought up a gun. He was explaining the pieces of a gun. He wasn't using it as a threat.
Yep.
Hassan was using
exactly
it
what I
obviously
said.
as a threat. It's a totally different context. And also, Twitch isn't YouTube. These people want Twitch to apply all of its rules to people that they don't like, but then they want the YouTube level of free reign for things that they do. Like, you're not going to get banned for calling Frogan
Also, that is
fat
not a
for
fake
2
gun.
weeks on YouTube. It's a dishonest comparison and everybody knows it. Brandishing it as a threat, I think, is very different, which is clearly what happened. But it is Saturday, so if Hassan gets banned, it'll be tomorrow.
This fucking dude.
Hey, guys. Just to be clear, if Twitch...
Oh, there's no way. There's no way his clip just fell off. Alright. I'm gonna call it on the 2 hours mark. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy your 4th of July. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you after tomorrow, yeah? Thank you all for sticking around, watching me yap. It's been a pleasure. You guys take it easy. Blip, blip, bro. Blip, blip. I'll see you at the next one, yeah? This fucking clip fell off.